Hello, and welcome to Stretching the Word. I'm your host, Sister Valerie, and not today, devil, just not this year. And this year is going by so quickly. It'll be over in about 3 months. What have you done this year? Now, today I want to talk about the wrong C, the letter C, the wrong C. And I wrote notes today that I'm going to try to follow. We're caught up with the wrong C. You notice I said caught up. So what does that mean? We are caught up. When something is caught up, fish get caught up in a net. That means what? That means you're not free. And right now, Christians are getting caught up. We're getting entangled with the yoke of bondage. You say, well, whatever. I'm not caught up into nothing. Yes, we are. We're getting caught up with the drama of the world. It's a whole lot of drama going on right now in this earth. And we're getting caught up in it. We're getting entangled with things that we should not necessarily be entangled with. Yes, we are in this world. Yes, we do have to be informed of things that are going on in this world. No, we do not have to be caught up with it. Because when we get caught up, when we get entangled with it, then guess what? We're not free. We're not free to think clear. We're not free to move and do what we need to do. So we have gotten caught up the wrong seat. We become caught up with things that we should not be entangled with. Second of all, we're criticizing. Criticizing. What does criticizing mean? It means that we are indicating the faults of someone or something in a disapproving way. We can always look at somebody else and see their faults. We can always point out your mistakes. I can always point out what's wrong with you. Criticize. That person ain't doing this person ain't doing that. Right. I would, but you might would. But are you in that position? So we're criticizing, we're finding fault. We're pointing fingers, we're blaming in a disapproving way. I'm not saying that what persons are doing is correctly, but we're criticizing, we're finding fault, we're blaming. But are we perfect? What would we do? We don't know what we would do. We say we know what we would do. But some of us say one thing, but when we get under pressure, we do the exact, when I'm under pressure, I'm going to be cool, I'm going to be calm, I'm not going to be, freaking out, I'm not going to be panicking. But then when pressure comes up on us, what do we do? But yet, we're being so critical of one another. We're being so critical of this and we're being so critical of that. We're criticizing and just criticizing and criticizing. Next, we are complaining. See, criticizing is one thing, but then we get into complaining. And complaining, it says, is the expression of dissatisfaction or annoyance about something. And when you complain, you're being verbal about it. And when you're being verbal about something, then and complaining, it's negativity. It's negative. Are we glorifying the wrong thing? Come on. The power of the tongue. We're supposed to be speaking life and not death. But when we complain, well then that allows more negativity. Which brings about what? Opens doors for depression and other negative things. So it can start that downward spiral. You complain about one thing, then next thing you know, you complaining about something else. Next thing you know, you just complaining about this. And you are so dissatisfied and disgruntled because we're complaining and we're bringing negativity into our spirits, into our space, if you would say, into our zone where we should not have negativity. But then as I was reading and studying, it said complaining is because we're trying to avoid doing what we need to do. So instead of doing what we need to do, then we just complain about it. And then we criticize. And all of this leads to negativity. Instead of joy, instead of peace, instead of happiness, this leads to disappointment, despair. We don't need that. That's not, as the young people would say, that's not for me. Okay? That's not for us to walk around disappointed and depressed and downhearted. But we bring these things into our spirits because we complain. Next. So now I've given you 3 wrong seeds. Okay. We've got caught up, which means we're not free to do what we need to do. We're not free to think how we need to think because we've gotten caught up in so much other stuff that we're seeing and that we're involving ourselves directly into that maybe we should not be doing. Okay, so then we're criticizing, then we're complaining. You say, wow, well, how do I correct the condition? Once again, but now these are the correct seeds. So how do I correct the condition that I've gotten myself into? Well, it says, cry. And I'm going to say cry. And I'm going to say it again, cry unto Christ. We say we know Christ. We say we have a relationship with Christ. So Christ, the chosen one. Christ, the anointed one. Christ, the one that's in control. Cry unto Christ. Now, we are Psalms 120:1. It says, in my distress, I cried unto the Lord, and he heard me. Right now, very, 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 very popular song. And the stanza of the song say, what it says, I trust in God. I sought the Lord. He heard and he answered me. And that's why I trust him. So it said, I cried unto the Lord and he heard me. So are we just singing stuff because it's popular? Are we just singing stuff because it sounds good? We should be acting. We should be doing. So we should be crying unto Christ. We should be crying out because He's in control. So Christ, control, cry, Christ, control. He can change the conditions if we change our seeds.